Hey everyone, how's it going? It's the real Randy Chavez coming at you today with a VeVe OMI update video, a little bit of other stuff. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. You know that, bread. Super thanks down below. Today is specifically going to be about the gold and silver VeVe logo plus the Ecomi Secret Rare logo, because we just did have another purchase of the gold and silver logo of $51.28, and now it is up to $6,000. And there's a little thing that I've talked about before, rarity versus scarcity. Right now you have the gold logo, which is technically rarer because there's 450 of those, and the Ecomi Secret Rare is 567 of those, and we'll get to we'll get to why there's going to be such a, which one's going to be worth more, because there are arguments for both. One will go at the gold and silver logo. There's only 4 of them that are really for sale. Well, Chavez, aren't there like 15 listed? Yeah, there are, but only 4 of them between 6 and 8 grand. And well, what happens after you buy the 4th one? Then it goes up to 15,000. I don't think anyone's going to buy the gold and silver logo right now, August 31st, probably September 1st. Happy September by the time y'all are watching this. I don't think they're going to buy that right now on September 1st, 2025, because the way ETH is, it's like, okay, if spend an ETH on it, cool. 4 ETH on it, probably not. When ETH is 8 grand and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, 2 ETH for gold and silver logo, get what you get. Yeah, that makes sense. Might even be 4 ETH, depending on what ETH is. We do have a lot of stuff coming. It is a lot easier to be able to buy these things now because you do have Stacker, and people might go and buy stuff here specifically so they can get to the OMI leaderboards, because there is 100 million OMI up for grabs. Speaking of OMI, that's how you got the original the original Ecomi Secret Rare logo. You had to have had 10 million OMI staked for a year, and you would have gotten it. And I had that. It was 567 people that had that total. And a few months ago, it was like $600, $800. Now, 2,500. And there's a lot more available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 for sale, and then it gets to 5,100, then 5,600. So there's like 12, 13 of them, 12 that you could buy before it gets around the price of the gold and silver logo. And then it goes up to 10K. And it's just, the reason why we're having a debate about this is like, well, Chavez, the answer seems pretty clear. It seems that you'll be able, the gold logo seems superior because it has the added utility that's been a proven track record of it for years. You get into these amazing parties, you get to network with these amazing people. Both networks on Telegram, you have those private groups, are filled with extraordinary people, men and women of just incredible backgrounds, incredible intelligences, and you could get lucky with some of these things. Like the gold logo was handed out at events for free, sometimes to random people that probably didn't deserve it, and they sold. And now a lot of whales, they usually have at least 1, sometimes multiple. I myself have 3. I got a tattoo of the gold and silver logo this weekend. It wasn't just me, so did Tammy Hannah. She actually got hers first. She wants me to tell people that. Anyway, I also got other stuff. What's cooking, daCat? I can't get it. Okay, so there we go. There's my IP. It's a little runny now. I'll show you a big reveal in a couple days. Anyway, why would the Ecomi Secret Rare logo go in and become worth more than the VeVe Gold one? There's a line in Avengers Endgame where Thanos says, like, I'll create a new universe, teamed with life that knows not what it has lost, but knows only what it has been given. You have new people that will come in that will not know the vicissitudes of these past few years. They won't know the great things that the VeVe logo has done so far for its people, which again, you have celebrities, you have really powerful people, you have politicians, you have royalty, insane amount. And there's amazing people in both groups. But what they'll find is like, what is going to be a better utility for them? We have something that's really cool for the VeVe logo holders every year. You have parties, you have everything, but they haven't given a crazy utility. I mean, it's pretty awesome utility, and that's why you have Partner Statue, which granted it's $1,700, but Partner Statue is arguably the most significant NFT on the VeVe app, and it's Disney's best NFT by far. But the gold logo is worth 3.5 of those. The double first appearance Partner Statue, Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney, is $1,700. Gold logo is 3.5x that. So why do I think that the Ecomi Secret Rare logo might catch up? And be advised, I expect this to be tens of thousands of dollars. I think 50K is fair compared to for a gold logo, just based on what other things are doing, what other utilities you get, where the bull market is going. We have Mr. Squeebs saying why he likes the Ecomi Secret Rare logo, saying it's one of the most fascinating collectibles on the OMI and VeVe ecosystem. Only 567 exist, and they were awarded exclusively to the most dedicated holders, those who locked up 10 million OMI plus for a year. And here's why I bought a second one. Secret Rare logo isn't just a collectible, it's a badge of conviction. Provenance, earned, not bought. Scarcity is sub 600 supply. Distribution, it went to the diamond hands of this community. That means very few are actually in circulation today. So again, VeVe Gold, Silver logos, those were given out. These, like back in the day, 10 million OMI used to mean something. Now it's like $3,500. Back in the day, 10 million OMI could have been tens of thousands of dollars, depending on when you bought it. Mr. Squeeb says utility is now the big unlock. David Yu has already teased that Secret Rare logos may carry special perks. Let's go over it right now.
Are also working on a very cool digital product for the OMI holders. If you hold one of those OMI logos out there, you know, we've got something exciting coming out as well. So we haven't forgotten also working.
When are they going to do that? I don't know. But it has VeVe Collectibles. Obviously, a lot of them went down in the bear market. Not as much as OMI though. OMI went way down. And you had a lot of the fudders. You had a lot of people say like, "Oh, the company abandoned the token. They forgot about the token." So it was easy to see how the Ecomi logo would be missed and it would be overlooked. And it has been for quite a while. I have one. I never bought more because the VeVe logo, that was the utility that kept, the NFT that kept on giving as far as utility goes. The Ecomi logo didn't have much. I mean, we got it for free and that was great. You know, but now that they're like, what type of utility will they give? In the Ecomi business development wallet, you know, 1 million OMI is a lot because it's 567. That's worth like 200 something thousand dollars, like 200K. But again, they have, you know, in that business development wallet, they have like 15 million OMI, give or take, at least 10. So that might be 5%. Could they do that every year? They could. But I think that would be a very high expectation or a very big precedent to set. But the thing right now is what a lot of companies do is that they'll tease something for as long as possible. They might have a 5 or 10 minute clip of something that they're teasing, and they'll break it up into 10, 20, 30-second clips, and they get content out of that. And every time they post that, the community gets a little more hyped. So it would actually be better if they just tease utility like forever, right? But you have to give it at some point. When do we get it? We're not sure. Mr. Squeeb says, OMI price plus volume have exploded in recent weeks. Stacker integration is giving OMI real utility. VeVe continues to roll out new features and expand reach. Momentum is back, and the community is galvanized. With scarcity this tight, strong holders, and potential utility around the corner, he believes that the Ecomi Secret Rare logo is massively undervalued at current floors. That's why he's added not one, but 2 Secret Rare logos in the past 2 weeks. Mr. Squeebs has a large percentage of the AF15 Secret Rares. He's got, I think, 2 gold logos. And he's got a lot more OMI than I do. Like, I have 275 million OMI. He's got a multiple of that. Squeeb says, this isn't financial advice. It's conviction collecting. Secret Rare logo isn't just about speculation. It's about being part of the core DNA of the OMI story. If utility lands the way it's being teased, this piece could go from forgotten reward to holy grail status overnight. And I think he's correct. I think it very well could. I also think it's possible that both of these could be tens of thousands of dollars if the utility keeps going. Because again, if OMI does what we think it will, I'd say it does 100x from here. None of this financial advice. It could get cut in half. Anything can go to zero at any moment. But to go up to 3.5 cents, which would make it 10 cents would be 30 billion, 1 cent would be 3 billion, like a $10 billion market cap. I think that's pretty easy for something like VeVe's main token to do in a blow off top. But what if it goes to 10 cents? I mean, all these collectibles go insane. Like be advised, if it goes to 10 cents, I have $27-ish million. And I would sell a good amount up until that. I would probably have very little left. But let's say I didn't need to. Let's say DEVVE does 1000x and Definity does 1000x. And I say, you know what? I'm going to wait till this blow off top. I'm just going to buy everything on the app. And I have that 27 million at 10 cents. I'm not going to sell. I'm not going to sell my gold and silver logo for 50K. Again, I have 3 of them, but why would I sell that for 50K when I have so much money? So I think this becomes, and especially with this new challenge that Stacker has, where 100 million OMIs up for grabs, and they say you're going to have to, the ones that burn the most, that buy the most on Stacker, and they burn the most OMI, will get those higher rewards. I think the Ecomi Secret Rare logo is worth more. It's like 1.5x the price of a partner statue. So I think some of these high ticket items people will do is like, you know what? I have enough OMI. I might as well go and buy one of these things. So I get at top of the leaderboard. I'll get some of the OMI back. Plus, I get a super awesome collectible that's super secret rare, and it gives utility. I think that might happen. Will I do it? I'm probably not going to do that. I mean, again, OMI does a 10x from here. Yeah, I'll go in and spend a little bit of it. I'll be back in the black. I'll be back in the black way before then. But again, that's just OMI. All my other stuff, depending on what it does. There's an episode of, we're on 13 minutes here. There's an episode of Big Bang Theory where Penny goes in and she gets the guys to create a website for her Penny Blossom things that she makes, something for her hair. And she says that after she gets her first order she nets a couple $1,000s on it. She says, oh my God, this is more money than I've had, in like a long time. Like, she's very poor. And she immediately goes online and she says, I'm going to buy shoes. That is a great comparison. That is a great mirror that was held up to America, where as soon as I saw this meme one day where this guy was cutting his wrist with a credit card and the blood that was coming out created a bow on a Christmas present. Where people, and I know several people that put themselves into debt for Christmas presents for other people. I was like, bro, what are you doing? So what I mean to say with both of these things in the parallel that I'm drawing is that people have this thing called a high watermark. And let's say it's $10,000. Anything above $10,000, they feel like, oh my God, never had this much money. I need to spend it. And that's going to be different for everyone. For some people, it's $2,000. For some people, if they had only 10 grand in their account, they'd off themselves. For some people, it's millions. Like at like 40 million, a buddy of mine considered himself broke. I was like, bro. Again, it's different for each people, but what happens when you have somebody that degens just a couple $1,000s into, and it doesn't have to be OMI, but let's say it is. It could be anything. And suddenly that does a 10x. You go from 3K to 30K. That might be more than that person's ever had. What are they going to do? They're going to spend it. Are they going to spend it on dollar comics? Probably not. Are they going to spend it on something that gives them status and prestige? Absolutely. came up in my memories the other day on Facebook. I did a video on how to get girls when you're ugly. And the video was inspired because in 2020, I was at my lowest in my life. I had, like, the gyms were closed, so my body was gone. And because, the pandemic. And because of the pandemic, the government told all my clients they couldn't work. I couldn't get paid back. I lost over $150,000. I was at the lowest point, I think, in my life, like, ever. And I still managed to get one of the most beautiful women on the planet at the time. And like how? It's just confidence. And what does that give some, and why did I tell you that story? Because confidence is what goes in, and that's what helps you get girls. Like, yes, it's good to be strong, it's good to have money, it's good, but if you're this meek, shy individual, that's not sexy. When you go in and get a VeVe logo or an Ecomi logo, that is a flex that automatically will give you that confidence. I'm not saying this as somebody that has 3 logos, and one Ecomi secret rare, and trying to. I'm saying this because I know what it's like to want things, and it's like, okay, well, if I get this car, I'll have this prestige, or if I get this amount of money in my account and I have this prestige. If you have that goal, and I know multiple people that have had that goal to get a logo, and now that might be the secret rare Ecomi logo as well. When you're in the process of building something and in the process of getting that goal, that is when I think humans are probably at their best, when they're in the process of trying to achieve something. And I've seen it in Pokemon, I've seen it in stocks, I've seen it in relationships, in fighting, in sports. It's just in that process is really fun. And I know a couple people already that their goal, they do not care what they have to do, they will get one. And again, I've seen this before, particularly in Pokemon, where these clients that I had, they had their jobs, they had their family, they had whatever, and it's like, okay, I have like an extra couple $100s a month. If I live life like this, let's see what I can scrimp and save. And I knew people that got additional part-time jobs. Most people are just like, after 40 hours, like, nope, I'm done. 40-hour week. There's some people, especially in my generation, that are just like, ugh, I need the weekend to recover from the work week. It's like, bro, you work like 34 hours, like, heck off. There are people out there that will go in and get that bread. And they will say, like, okay, I'm going to get a part-time job, 20 hours a week, 30 hours a week. And they're going to do that, and they're going to get, and it doesn't matter what the collectible goes to. That's their goal. They're like a wolf on the hunt. They're going to get it. And how many of those people, there are some days where there's only 800 people on the app. Granted, there are some days where there are over 2,000 people on the app. But what happens when you add a 0 to that? And there's 8,000 to 20,000 people on the app. The amount of people that will do anything for a gold and silver logo or an Ecomi logo should rise at a commensurate rate. And then when you get some people, which again I've seen before, they came in from baseball cards, they come in from World War II memorabilia, they come into Pokemon, spend $500,000, $1 million, they buy the top of the top. They don't give a hoot about Pokemon. They just buy the grails and then they leave. So you have that coming into the mix too, where you have some people being like, this is the largest digital collectibles platform on the planet. These are the great things. Like, there are people out there that spend $100,000 a year to be part of some, I'm trying to think of the membership of like a courthouse, a country club membership, and they won't even use it. I repeat, they will spend $100,000 like a year to be part of a country club that they don't even go to. It's just to say that they can do it. Like Club 33, I think $33,000, I think, to sign up for that. How much additional fees on top of that? I don't know. What do you get with that? You get a lot of cool stuff, but you get opportunities to spend even more money. There are people that will come in here that will sweep the floors on these things because there's so few of them. I've seen people go in and spend tens of thousands of dollars to get a table that's next to like Nicki Minaj or next to like this famous person at a club. They might not even talk to them. They just spend that to get a table next to them. And at these events, you get to meet some of those types of people. And if there's anything I learned, nope, can't say that. Long story short, you can only stay under the radar for so long. VeVe and OMI's time, I believe, has come. And the stuff that it represents, like the VeVe Gold and Silver logo, the Ecomi Secret Rare logo, I believe their time has come as well. Not financial advice. I love you guys. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Bye, guys. Bye.